All right, so what I'm going to show you is probably the number one thing that my students have liked in doing our review in pre-calculus, and that is factoring a quadratic that has a non-leading coefficient. So, and I did not know how to do this in high school either. So once I learned this, I thought it was a really cool thing. I probably did learn it if you remember like the AC method. This makes it a little bit more streamlined, I think. So the first thing we do is multiply 4 times this last value, because I don't know if I have a 2x and a 2x or a 4x and a 1x. I don't know. So I'm going to try to make this a little bit easier by multiplying it by 4, and then we're going to make a little bit simpler problem. So 4 times 5 is x squared plus 8x minus 5. All right. Oh, messed it up already. Minus 20. All right. 4 times minus 5, that's 20. So now this isn't the same problem as this one, but this one is easier to factor because I can think of the factors of 20 whose difference is 8. So I have a minus sign here, so I need a minus sign here, and the other one has to be a plus sign. So 10 times 2, that has a difference of 8. So in the plus sign controls where the bigger of the two go. So 10 times 2. So if I check that, 10 minus 2, that's 8. So the next thing we do is, in the beginning we multiplied by 4, so now I have to divide by 4. And simplify it down a little bit. That's minus a half. And let's see, 10/4 becomes, let's see, half of 10 is 5, half of 4 is 2. So at this point you're almost there. You just have to bring this 2 out in front of the x. So that gives us 2x minus 1, and then this 2 comes out in front here as well. So it's 2x plus 5. So if I FOIL this, I will end up where I started, right? 2x times 2x, that's 4x squared. 10x and negative 2x, that's my 8x. And negative 1 times 5, that is my negative 5 up here. So I hope you thought that was really cool. I'll show you a couple more examples of that, because you really have to try it a couple times to get the hang of it. Because when I first learned this, I had to practice it a few times. All right, so here's another example. Notice we have this 15x squared. So I could have 15x and 1x, or 5x and 3x. So that makes it a little bit harder to do. So again, we'll do this technique. I'm not sure what it's called, but the students really like this the first week of school. So I'm going to multiply the last, the constant times the coefficient of the quadratic term. And that gives me a different problem to solve. 14x. 15 times 3, that is 45. So I have to find the factors of 45 that add up to 14. So it's not 1 and 45, right? It's not, well, 2 doesn't go into 45. Could it be 3 and 15? Nope. 3 and 15 adds up to 17 or 18. How about 5 and 9? So that's our winner, because 5 plus 9 is 14. So write down x squared, write down x times x. This is positive and this is positive, so these are both positive. And it doesn't matter where I put the 5 and where I put the 9. But remember what I did in the beginning, is I multiplied by 15, so I have to end up dividing by 15. So I divide by 15. In this step, we simplify, so that becomes a 1/3. And let's see, up here, 9 divided by 3, that's what? 3. And 15 divided by 3, that's 5. And then the last step is to bring this 3 up. So that becomes a 3x plus 1. We leave the 1 there. And then I bring the 5 out in front. So 5x plus 3. And there is our final solved problem. 3x times 5x, 15x squared. Outers 9x, inners 5x, that's our 14x. And 1 times 3, there's our 3. So that checks. Okay, so here's a third example. This is the one that was on my my thumbnail. So could have a 6x and a 1x, a 3x and a 2x. We're not sure. There's no common factor to factor out of this. So we're going to use this technique where we multiply that by 6. And then that creates a different problem for us to solve. X squared minus 11x. Let's see, 6 times 10, that gives us a 60. So now we're looking for the factors of 60 whose difference is 11. And so I got to have a minus and a plus. So let's see, 1 times 60, nope. 2 times 30, nope. 3 times 20, nope. How about 4 times 15? Yeah, 15 minus 4 is 11, so that's going to work. So I'm going to put well, let's see, this is a minus. So the big number, the 15, goes with the minus, and the small number, the 4, goes with the plus. This second step, remember we multiplied by 6, so we have to divide by 6 again. So that is the next step. And we simplify that. 15 sixths, that reduces to what, 5 halves? And let's see, 4 sixths reduces to 2/3. So then, in the last step, you move this back out in front of the x. So we have 2x minus 5 times 3x plus 2. And then go ahead and double check it. 2x times 3x is 6x squared. 4x and negative 15x, well, that's negative 11x. And negative 5 times 2, that's negative 10. So this one is a check. So hopefully you got some value from that. This is something that I did not know when I was in high school, like I said. I got it from a YouTuber, Mr. H Tutoring, and it's really creative. It's just an offshoot of the AC method, and it works really well. My students liked it really well. So hope you're having a great start of your year. Hang in there. Make sure that you're not a spectator, because math is not a spectator sport. You have to do math if you want to get good at math.